I know that many of you struggle with finding ways to practice French on a daily basis. So today, I have plenty of ideas and resources for you, no matter how much time you have. We are going to start with the longest, which is an hour and a half. Of course, you can spend more time studying, but today I focus on an hour and a half to 15 minutes. If you have more time than an hour, watching a movie in French with French subtitles is a perfect way to improve your French. Make sure to have a notebook where you can keep notes of new vocabulary, new grammar that you come across, everything new, so you can go back and study. The important thing is to make it an active practice by paying attention to sentence structure, pronunciation, conjugation, and more. And take a lot of notes. It's very important to be fully present when you practice a language, making it an active practice instead of just doing it to do it. It's much better to be fully present and really make it count. Here are my favorite movies. I will have them in the description box as well. Now, if you have an hour to practice, a great way to practice French for an hour is with the online language learning platform italki. Italki is sponsoring today's video. Italki is an online language learning platform where you can take personalized one-on-one lesson with native French speaking teachers. No matter the time, there will always be a teacher for you. What I love about italki is that it's just you and the teacher, so you can work on whatever you need, a specific rule or maybe just conversation, anything you need. Italki has over 30,000 teachers to choose from, so to make it easier, they have a search feature where you can filter your search by lesson, category, or even where the teacher is from. Such an easy process to find the perfect teacher for you. The best thing about italki is that you can pay for each lesson individually. There's no subscription, no commitment, and lessons are priced from only $5. You also get 3 trial lessons, which are refundable if you are not satisfied with the lesson. I took a French lesson with an italki teacher where we talk about how an hour with an italki teacher can improve your French. What type of lesson do you usually do with your French students?
Okay, so the focus of each class varies depending on the person. This means that my students have all completely different life situations, goals, learning paces, so I actually adjust my lessons to their needs.
You can start your language learning journey now with the link below in the description and use the promo code Dylane to get $5 credits when you sign up for your first class. The code is good for the first 50 users when you purchase $10 or more, so make sure to be one of the 50. Thank you to italki for being the sponsor of this video. That was an hour. Now what about if you have 30 minutes? A great exercise is simply write about your day, your vacation, your project, anything that you feel like you can write about. You can include new vocabulary, try to challenge yourself with sentence structure, for example. If you're a beginner, you can simply list vocabulary related to what you want to talk about. You can add slowly as you get better. The most important thing here is to try to challenge yourself. Research vocabulary. Maybe make sure that you know the pronunciation of what you write. Remember, active practice always. So writing is a great exercise, and 30 minutes when you try to challenge yourself actually goes by pretty fast. In 30 minutes you can also watch an episode of a TV show with French subtitles. The same principle as the movie, but with TV shows. If it's better for you, if you don't have, the attention span to stay in front of a movie for an hour and a half in French, well, 30 minutes is a great compromise. Don't forget to take notes, repeat the pronunciation, and just be curious in general. here are the TV shows that I recommend usually. I will also have them in the description box. The last amount of time we have is 15 minutes because I know that many of you are busy. If you have 15 minutes, you can read a page of a book or a short story with questions. Plenty of stories are available as books, including mine right here, or even here on YouTube. It's always better to have one with questions and audio. So first, you're going to read the page, and then you're going to listen to the audio and read at the same time. This is going to be wonderful if you struggle to understand how a specific word is pronounced a specific way. So in French, we speak by sound. We don't pronounce every letter separately. So by reading and listening at the same time, it gives you the chance to connect the dots, basically. So while you do this, make sure you understand everything, take notes, and translate everything you need. Then after that, you can try the questions to make sure that you understood the story. If you don't like the format of stories for French learners, get a book in the genre that you like in French. Even a book that you already read and that you liked in your own language, but in French, will do the trick. It's all about just practicing, really. 1 page a day, trust me, will do wonder. Learn or review a grammar or a conjugation rule. I know, not many of you like this, but I say learn or review. You have the choice, okay? I believe that many people think that once you have learned something, it's done. You don't need to review it. And I think it's actually a big mistake because learning a language it is hard, but it's not that hard. Remembering what you already learned is actually the hardest part, especially if you have nobody to practice French or your target language on a daily basis. We tend to forget very easily what we learned. So choose a grammar or a conjugation rule to learn or to review and spend 15 minutes on it. Remember to make it an active practice. Write your to-do list in French or your future task. We all have lists. I have plenty in English myself, and you most likely have to organize something. It can be making a grocery list or a list of the renovation you want to accomplish, the things you want to do in this month, next month, or anything. Do it in French. You organize your life and you practice your French at the same time. Quizzes and apps. You most likely spend more than 15 minutes on your phone already, so why not using an app like Duolingo to practice your 15 minutes? No app on their own will get you fluent, but it's a great way to practice and working on what you already learned, for example. Remember what I said? Not enough people practice what they already learned. Duolingo sometimes get bad rep because it's Duolingo, but honestly, I found it's a great way to practice. I really like Duolingo. It's free, accessible to everyone. It's a great way to practice. Another great way to practice are flashcards. There are also plenty of apps to make your own flashcards like Anki. I like to apply the 1-1-1 method for flashcards personally. So 1/3 is going to be things that you already know, because it's always great to review. Another third is going to be things that you know but you struggle to remember. Then the last third is going to be things that you need to learn. From there, we're going to rotate, okay? So the things that you already know are going to go away after a while and be replaced by the new things or the things that you used to struggle with, etc. So you can switch the third part that you have, the three part that you have, and it's always an interesting deck of flashcards. It does take time to make, but once it's made, you can just use it indefinitely. The last thing you can do in 15 minutes is follow a French speaking practice or a French listening practice. I have plenty of French speaking practices and listening practices here on YouTube, so I will have them linked in the description box. They're all around 15 minutes, and trust me, if you make it an active practice, it will really improve your French. That's it, that was all my ideas to practice your French, no matter how much time you have. All the links I've talked about in this video will be in the description, including italki link with the code Dylane so you can get $5 off when you spend $10. Thank you again to italki for sponsoring this video. Please let me know if you have other ways that you practice. Just write it in the comments. It's always great to share it with everybody. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, a little bit different than what I usually do. And I will see you next Wednesday for a new lesson. À mercredi prochain.